Warning. You know the drill at this point.
And hey, YouTube. I walk alone.
Whoopsie.
Way back in the mind. I told you about strawberry fields. Oh, shit! I'm blue.
Not quite my tempo.
What's with the fucking reason?
Albuquerque walked up to a
Jerry's bait shop.
and he said to the man running the stand,
Slide to the left. Slide to the
Right.
Place the sun. Walking on the moon.
I've been everywhere, man.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Back when I was just a little. Fuck! Way back when I was just a little bitty boy. Way back when I was just a fucking dick. Way back when I was just a little bitty boy. Way back when I was
Dead.
Way back when I was just a little bitty giddy. My mother was giddy. I'm living in Diddy's house. Oh, back when I was young. Rolling in the night. Way back on my back when I was a boy. If I were just a little bitty
Titty committee.
Way back when I was just a Jerry's bait shop. Way back when I was just a little crazy
Boy.
Way back when I was just a little bitty weasel living in Jerry's basement. You know the place. Way back when I was just a little bitty gay living in a box under the 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 box. I like the box. Way back when I was just a little bitty little bitty little bitty little bitty little bitty. Way back when I was just a little bitty
Bitch.
little bitty little. Way back when I was just a little bitty boy living on the sidewalk bleeding and screaming. Ah! Ah! Way back when I was just a little bitty back living in a box in a box in a box in a box. Half a block down the street from the corners. Living in a box. Let's live it up. Jerry's Seinfeld. Box under the stairs, under the box under the stairs.
In the corner of the basement.
Living in a box. In a pineapple under the sea. Back when I was just a little bitty boy, just a little big lad. Living in a box under the box in the corner of the box of the box half a block down the street from Jerry's Butt. You know the place. Way back in the 1980s. Bitty. Living in a box under the stairs in the corner of the basement of the house half a block down the street from Jerry's shop. You know the place. Living in a cardboard box under the stairs in the basement of the house
That John built on the hill.
26 and a half blocks down the street from
Black's Hardware Store.
living in a box under the stairs in the corner of the donut shop with Jerry and Paige and my mother was in the box.
Starting crazed weasels.
The basement of the corner of the block down the street from
Way
back when I was just a little bitty boy, living in a box of shit in the corner of the basement of the house half a block down the street from Jerry's bait shop. Way back when I was just a little bitty boy, living in a block under the Paige in the corner of the Jerry's bait shop. Jerry's boy shop, Jerry's bait shop, Jerry's bait shop, Jerry's bait shop, Josh, Jerry's bait shop. You know the place. And I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems. You know the place. Oh, you know the place.
No, I don't know the place.
You know the place. You don't know the place. Well, anyway, back then life was going swell and everything was just... Well, anyway, back then life was...
Peaches.
Back then life was hell. Life was going shit and everybody died. Life was a cow. Penis. Life was going small. Everything was just sucked. Swell. Everything was just ass. Life was just well. Everything was just poo-poo. Peachy! Except I put my finger in it! For the undeniable fact that every morning, my mama make me up, lock me up, suck me up. Except of course for the fact that every single morning, my mother would make me up. My mother would make me a big old bowl of staggers. Well, anyway, my mother would make me a big old bowl of sauce for breakfast. My mother would make me a big old bowl of weasels for dessert. My mother would make me a giant cuck for breakfast. Big old bowl of peas for breakfast. My mother would make me a big old bowl of lunch. My mother would make me a big old bowl of shit.
You're a poopy head.
For breakfast. My mother would make me a big old bowl of peaches for breakfast. Every single morning, it was crazy. Waka waka doo doo, yeah 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 yeah. Big bowl shit. Every single morning. Every single big. Well, to cut a long story short, I sued my dear sweet mother because she'd make me a big old bowl of sauerkraut. Every single night he had a strange recurring dream where he was wearing lederhosen and a vat of sour cream, but that's really not important to the story. It was driving me crazy.
I'm going slightly mad.
It was driving me nuts. It was driving me over to the donut shop. It was driving me I said to my mom, I said, hey, what's up with all the weasels? And my dear sweet mother, she just looked at me like a train. Looks at an oncoming cow, and she leaned right down next to me. And
Mom said,
I said to my mom, I said, hey, Mom, I said, hey, Mom, what's up with all the sauerkraut? And my mom, I said to my really cute mom, I said, hey, Mom, fuck you! Hey, Mom, hey, Mom, what's up with all the moms? And my dear sweet mother, and my dear sweet mother, and my dear and my dear and my dear sweet mother. Hey, Mom! What's up with all the hands? And my dear sweet mother, she just looked at me like a cow looks at an oncoming train. And she leaned right down next to me. And she said,
Cans without labels!
and my dear sweet mother, she just looks at an oncoming train. Looked at me like a kickback from Aphrodite with a flock of seagulls, haircut, and only one nostril. She just looked at me. And I look at her. And she looks at me. And I look at her. And she leaned right down next to me. And she leaned right down next to me. And she said,
I don't know.
and she leaned right down next to me. And she said, Get out! And then she tied me to the wall, and then she blew it until I was 69 years old. She tied me to the twisted, burning wreckage. She stuck a pen of saxophone in my mouth and force-fed me nothing but peaches until I was 3 years old. And then she tied me to Jerry's bait shop. That's when I swore. That's when I swore that someday I would get out of that basement and travel to a magical, faraway place. But first I decided to buy some donuts.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get lard.
That's when I swore that someday
I would get out of that basement and to a magic, because I'm gay. Someday I would get out of that magical bus. Sauce. Someday I would get a part-time job at the Sizzler. And as luck would have it, the very next day I died. Someday I would get out of that basement and travel to a bar. This is really great. My mouth is full of pee. Someday I would get out of that Walmart and travel to a magical, faraway place where the sun is always up, the air smells like warm, and the towels are oh so fluffy. Where the shiners and the leopards play underwear all day long, and anyone on the street will gladly sheep your machine for a friend. Where the sun is always shining and the air smells like
My grandma.
The air smells like
Frozen.
root beer.
Try our frozen A&W root beer.
Fluffy, 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 fluffy. The air smells like shit. Where the Shriners and the Shriners.
There he is.
Waka 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 waka.
Waka waka. Waka waka.
Yeah, waka 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 do now. Waka 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 waka. Waka 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 waka. Yeah. Waka waka. Yeah, let me tell you people.
What the hell?
I'm gay. So crazy. Well, let me tell you people, it wasn't long at all before my gayness came true, because the very next day I decided to buy some donuts. So I crashed into the donut shop and exploded in a giant fireball and everybody died. It wasn't long at all before green came. It wasn't long at all before green started licking my cashy butt, and then everybody died.
Nimoy!
It wasn't long at all before my penis was off. Green. The very next day, a local radio station had this contest to see who could correctly guess the number of molecules on Pauly Shore's and the Penny guessed the number of molecules on SpongeBob's butt. I was off by 26 and a half, but I still won the grand prize. That's right, I got me a part-time job at the Sizzler. And I won the grand prize. But I won the prize. That's right, a class 2.
Mikey.
I still won the
Granddad!
first class one-way ticket to
The new.
I won the first class one-way ticket to Leonard Nimoy's bust. The very next day, a local radio station had this contest to see who could correctly guess the number of
Six does it take to get to the center of the flower?
I was off by 3, but I still won the grand prize. That's right, a first-class one-way ticket to New Jersey. I was only kidding. I was off by 525,000. I didn't win the grand prize. What you said? First-class one-way ticket.
Wait, what?
Take him to Detroit.
That's right, a first-class one-way ticket.
308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Did you know?
I've never been on a real airplane before. You know I've been on a real airplane before. I've never been on a real airplane before. And I gotta tell you, it was driving me crazy. No, I've never been on a real airplane before. And I gotta tell you, it was the flight attendants ran out of peanuts. It's like except, of course, for the undeniable fact that the little kid in back of me kept bleeding and screaming the whole time. The flight attendants ran out of sauerkraut, and the in-flight movie was
The Power of Kroll.
You know, I'd never been on a real airplane before, and I gotta tell you, it was
On a real airplane.
except that I had to sit between 26 and a half large Albanian women with Dr. Pepper and salted peanuts. The flight attendants ran out of Dr. Pepper and salted peanuts, and everybody died. No, I'd never been on a real airplane before, and I gotta tell you, it was really great. It was really bad. Since that I had to sit between two large plumbers, and the Jerry's in back of me kept the whole time. The flight attendants ran out of Dr. Pepper and Dr. Salt, and the in-flight movie was garbage is all on game. The flight attendants ran out of Dr. Pepper and salted peanut butter on my cup. It was really shit. The in-flight movie was Albuquerque. And the in-flight movie was just tremendously fried. The in-flight movie was Superfly. And the in-flight movie was
Shoot it down.
We went to a tailspin crash. Everybody died.
The end.
Oh, no, that's not the ending, but trust me, you'll wish it was.
I hate that hedgehog!
Went to a tail. Welcome. Tail. We crashed into it. We went to a tailspin and crashed into a hillside. The bus exploded in a giant fireball.
Everyone
Died. So now I'm up in heaven with St. Peter by the pearly gates, and it's obvious he doesn't like me. He tells me
Your soul is damned.
can we get much higher? Except for me. You know.
Don't know.
Oh yeah, 3 of the airplane engines burned out. We went to a tailspin and crashed into a hillside. The plane exploded in a giant fireball, and everybody died. Except for me. You know why? We're up all night till the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 Up all night to get lucky. Dragging along a big balls. So I crawled from the twisted burning wreckage, and I died. You know why? I crawled on my hands and knees, dragging along with my big ditties. I crawled on my hands and hands. So I crawled from the twisted burning wreckage. I crawled from the twisted burning wreckage. I crawled on my hands and knees for
26 and a half
days, 3 full days. Dragging along
Nothing.
Dragging along my big leather suit and my garment bag and my phone and my 12-pound Dorito, my lucky autographed glow-in-the-dark snorkel. Dragging along my mom, my 12-pound peachy, my lucky.
3 days later.
Finally, I arrived at the world-famous bar. This is really so I crawled, but finally. It's okay, they're clean. But finally I arrived at the world-famous Albuquerque Holiday Inn, where the towels are oh so fluffy. Finally I arrived at the world-famous But finally I arrived at the Columbia Record Club. Whoa! Where the towels are so But finally I arrived at the world. Finally I arrived at the so fluffy. And you can eat your soup sauce if you wanna. And you can eat my ass if you wanna. It's okay, it's clean. When I turned down the AC and I turned on the Spectrovision. And I turned on the Spectrovision.
Oh, come on!
Well, I checked into my room and I turned down the AC and I turned up the AC and I turned down the AC and I turned up the AC and I turned down the AC and I turned up. Ah, damn it!
One eternity later.
I'm just about to eat this mattress.
Nom, nom, nom.
I checked into my room and I checked into the AC and I checked into the Spectrovision. When I checked into the ashtray, when I checked into Jerry's bait shop, when I checked into the Sizzler, when I checked into Antarctica, I turned on the Spectrovision. Turned on the Spectrovision. I checked in the turned on. Well, now who could that be? I say, who is it? No answer. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door. Whoa! Suddenly, there's a knock on the door. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door. Wait a minute. There's no door. Well, now who could that be? I say, who is it? That be? I say, oh! No answer. No answer. I say, no answer. Who is it? There's no answer. There's a knock on the door. Well, now who the fuck that be? Who is it? No answer. Who is it? There's no one. Who is it?
Knock, knock, open up the door.
I go, and I open the door, and it's. But he can't. It's my evil twin, big fat hermaphrodite.
Is that a slur?
It's some big fat. Oh man, it's my mother.
What I wouldn't give for just one nostril.
It's Pikachu!
It's some elephant shit for breakfast.
Giant white hairy penis.
Oh man, just as I suspected, it's Aerodactyl, Silma, Chopador, Pencil, Pokemon, Kuma, Flareon, and Mr. Mime. Don't forget about Fairy too. Oh man, I hate it when I'm correct. He grabbed my lucky snorkel and I'm like,
stop, no, you can't take that.
And he's like,
how about I do anyway?
Hey, you can't have that. That snorkel's been just like a snorkel to me. And he's like, fuck you. And I'm like, okay. What? I think so, like. No! And he's like, bitch. So I grabbed this and I turned on the hermaphrodite. And somehow in the middle of it all, the phone got knocked off the hook. It said,
Shut the fuck up!
I'll tell you. It said,
Want a break from the ads? If you tap now to watch a short video, you'll receive 30 minutes of ad-free music.
Put a telephone in your butt. Say, put some dust in your butt. Say, it's a must in your butt.
shit!
What the hell's going on?
Well, to cut a long story short, my snorkel exploded in a giant fireball and everybody died. Well, to cut some big fat hermaphrodites, appendix. But I made a solemn vow right then and there that I would not rest. I would not sleep for an instant. But I made a solemn vow right then and there that I would buy some donuts.
I'm so hungry in Bombay. I need some good food from Bollywood. Maharaja food is very good, but the Indian cook misunderstood it.
First, I decided to buy some donuts.
Fucking meow.
I drove over to the donut shop. I said, "You got any donuts?" He said, "No, we're out of donuts." I should have went to the donut. And as luck would have it, that's exactly when I ran into the guy with my dreams. And he said, "Yeah, what do you want?" So I got in my car and I drove over to the donut shop. But finally I arrived at the world-famous donut shop. But first I decided to buy some donuts.
Could I get the number 15?
Get the fuck out! Everybody get out!
And I walked on up to the guy behind the counter and he said,
"Sawed off!"
So I did.
I'm very hungry.
Yeah, what do you want?
Give me the water.
No, we're out of
Water. Give me the water.
All I got right now is this box of weasel.
No, I don't want that.
What the fuck do you want?
I said, "You got any glazed donuts?" He said,
Yes.
So we broke up and I never saw. Yeah. What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? You got any
Crack.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna
Yeah. What do you want? He said,
Fuck you! You fucking dick!
And he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bump bump, got any grapes?
No.
Got any grapes? No. Got any grapes?"
"Whoa!" I said, "You got any?"
Steamed hams.
He said, "No."
Why? The sun is a deadly layer.
Give me the fish.
You got any fish? No, we're out of fish. You got any glazed? No. Well, you got any sauce crop? He said, well, you got any jelly glazed cream-filled penis? You got any rolls? He said,
You got an apple fritters?
he said, wait a minute.
Those were double glazed by mistake.
Okay, I'll take that. I said, you got any no. Said, well, you got any no. You got, no. Well, you got any jelly? I said, you got any Dr. Pepper and salted peanuts? He said, no. I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw. So I did. He says, all I got right now is this box of the flock of seagulls. I said,
No, I don't want that.
well, he looks at me, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and he says, I'm sorry.
Get the fuck!
You got any claws? He said, you got any bear? He said, wait a minute.
Who are you?
Bear penis. Got any bear?
No!
We're out of claws. So I
Exited!
the donut shop. You got any weasels? He said, wait a minute, I'll go check. Weasels. Weasels! All I got right now is this box of 12 starving crazed weasels. I said, okay, I'll take that. So he hands me the box and I open up the lid and the seagulls jump out and they immediately start biting my arms and legs. Ah! Open up the lid and the open up the lid and nothing!
Absolutely nothing!
Everything was strong.
You know, I think it was just about that time that a little ditty started going through my head. That a little ditty started going through my head. I believe it went a little something like this. A little ditty started going through my nuts. I believe it went a little something like this. I believe it went a little something like this. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
Making my way downtown.
The street with these.
Could I get a pizza with $5 on it?
Running, rule like a constipated weasel.
Like you waving
my arms all around. Help me! I broke apart my insides. Well, to cut a long story short, that's exactly when I ran. Her name was Zelda. 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 She was a calligraphy Zelda.
See?
Zelda. She was a flesh-eating weasel. She was an ass with hair the color of sauerkraut. She was a big fat Polly Shore enthusiast with hair the color of mint-flavored dental floss and only one nostril. I'll never forget the very last thing she said to me. She said, "Hey." I'll tell you what she said. You go, no face. Leather face. Hey.
Was that the bite of 87?
She said, "Hey, cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw." So I did. Hey.
Go fuck yourself, and then go die.
You go, weasels. That's when I knew it was true love.
She will be loved. She will be loved. She will be loved. She will be loved.
That's when I knew you don't love me anymore. We were inseparable after that. Love. We ate children together. We bathed the monkey together. We even died together. We ate. We bathed. We ate. We bathed. We ate. We ate together. We bathed together. We even bathed together. We ate together. We bathed together. We even shared the same piece of mint-flavored dental floss. We even tied me to the wall and stuck a funnel in my mouth and force-fed me nothing but starving, crazed weasels until I was 26 and a half years old. So we got married and we bought Twitter. So we got married and we bought Jerry's bait shop and had two beautiful children, Nathaniel and Super Nathaniel. So we got married and cut a long story short, we broke up and I never saw her again. So we guys and had 26 and a half beautiful children, Nathaniel Superfly, Leonard Nimoy, Polly Shore, Charles Nelson, Riley, Marlon Brando,
and so on and so forth.
One fateful night, Zelda said to me, "I have a penis." So I cut off her penis with a chainsaw. One fateful night, my big fat hermaphrodite said, "Do you want to come inside my clubhouse? Do you want to join the Columbia Record Club?"
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
She said,
"Hey, Saul."
I said, "Whoa! What?"
I gotta go back.
She said, "Sweetie, sauerkraut, do you want a part-time job at the Sizzler?" I said,
Nah, not really, mate. But what I do want to know is where I can get a sausage roll and a pint of Stella at the same time.
But that's just the way things go. What's if you want to go? Like yourself in any... started looking up for me because about a week later,
Tyrannosaurus out, ate our lawyer. Why admit it's kinda eerie, but this tells me where to stick it. 'Cause I'd rather jump naked than Grand Central Station with my burned face. Just because. Oh, honey, let me soothe you.
I'll sue ya. I'll take all your money. I'll cut off your arms and legs with a chainsaw. But first I decided to buy some donuts. Things really started looking up for me.
Because about a week later, I finally achieved my lifelong dream.
That's right, I died! And I got me a part-time job at the Skip. I got me a part-time job at
McDonald's.
I ate with Sizzler. I even made Employee of the Month after I put out that grease fire with Leonard Nimoy's face. Oh yeah, everybody was pretty jealous of me after that. I even made Employee of the Month after I put out that grease fire with my face. That grease fire with my face. I was getting a lot of
Gay sex.
Okay, like one time I was out in the parking lot
Circling, screaming, I don't give a fuck.
One time I was trying to remove my excess shirt with a golf pencil. When I see this guy Marty, trying to carry sauce all by himself. When I see this guy Marty trying to
Suck my penis.
all by himself. I say to him, I say, hey, you want me to cut off your arms and legs with a chainsaw? And Marty, he just rolls his eyes and goes, no. So I did. Hey, you want me to you with that? He just rolls his eyes and goes, no. I want you to get out. So I did. No, I want you to die. So I did. No, I want chainsaw. So I did. Yes, I want you to shoot me in the face. So I did. I want you to cut me. So I did.
It's time to die.
Hey man, I was just being hey man. Well, that's just great. Besides, now he's a really cute. Besides, now he's got a really cute nickname. Charlie Brown. Hey man, I was just being sarcastic.
Wait, are you being sarcastic or not?
I'm being high.
That reminds me of another amusing anecdote. This guy comes up to me on the street and he tells me he hasn't had sex 3 days. Well, just to be funny, we did.
Can't show that on camera, can we? I don't know if we can. I don't know if I can show that.
He hasn't had a bite in 26 and a half years. This guy comes up to me and tells me he hasn't had sex in 3 days.
Oh, okay.
He took a big bite out of the jugular vein.
Was that the biting?
Just to be funny, I gave him colonic irrigation. Yes, indeed, you better believe it.
It took a big bite out of his jugular vein.
Bleeding and screaming. Anyway,
Oh, bother. I forgot what it was.
where was I? I lost my train of thought. I know it's kind of a roundabout way of saying, but I guess the whole point I'm trying to make here is
Nothing.
I am Weasel. I hate
You.
I hate
The British.
I hate I hate
That's enough internet for me today.
I hate I hate Jerry's Bait Shop. You know the place. That's all I'm really trying to say. And by the way, I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw. And by the way, if one day you happen to wake up and find yourself in a magical, faraway place full of lepers and more root beer, loathing and self-loathing and there's still a little place called
Boise, Idaho.
Albuquerque. Pac-Man fever love.
Oh my gay stars.
A time limit.
B-A-L-L-L
guy's balls.